Hello and welcome to Soft Step English. I'm Nora.
And I'm Ethan. I almost said, "How was your day?" before we started, and then I realized that is exactly our topic today.
It is. And that is a very real question for so many English learners because it sounds easy, right? Very simple, very normal. But then somebody asks, "How was your day?" And suddenly your mind goes blank.
Yes, you know the grammar. You know many words. You can talk about climate change, technology, big life plans, but one tiny everyday question can still make you freeze.
So today we are talking about how to speak about your day in English in a natural way. Not like a textbook report, not like a list from morning to night, but like a real person sharing a real day.
Which is harder than it looks, because real life is not a school exercise. Nobody really wants. I woke up at 7, then I ate toast, then I checked my phone, then I.
Exactly. In this episode, we will show you what people are really asking when they ask about your day, how to give your day a shape, how to choose details, how to add feeling, and how to keep the conversation open.
And later, we have a slow word tour. We will revisit useful phrases, say them with you, and make them easier to remember.
If your English is around B1 to B2, this episode is for you. Some parts may feel a little richer, but you do not need to catch every word. Stay with the main idea now and come back later if you want another listen.
And one quick note before we jump in. If this episode helps, you can follow or subscribe to Soft Step English. And if one friend came to mind, you can send this to them later.
Yes, please do, and leave us a comment after you listen. Tell us, when someone asks, "How was your day?" what do you usually say first?
Mine is often, honestly, kind of messy.
That is very on brand for you.
Painfully true.
All right, let's begin with the biggest idea. When people ask about your day, they usually do not want a complete report. They want a short, meaningful version of your day that gives them something human to react to.
That word meaningful matters here. Meaningful means it has a point. It gives shape. It gives feeling. It gives the other person something to connect with.
Yes, in simple words, a natural answer is not everything that happened. It is the part of the day that helps another person understand what kind of day it was.
So the real question is often not, "Please list your activities." The real question is more like, "What kind of day was it?" Or "How are you doing after that day?"
Exactly. And that is why a natural answer often starts with a general feeling or summary. You give the listener a frame. A frame is the basic shape that helps people understand what comes next.
For example, if I say, "It was a rushed morning, but the rest of the day turned out pretty well," that already sounds like a human day.
It does. And notice the phrase turned out pretty well. If something turns out well, the result is good in the end, maybe better than you expected.
Better than my morning mood, usually.
Compare that to this: I woke up at 7, checked my messages, had toast, and went to the office. That second version is not wrong, but it sounds like a schedule.
It sounds like security camera footage.
Yes, accurate maybe, natural, not really.
So if your day was normal, you do not need to invent drama. You can say, "Pretty normal overall, but one meeting took longer than expected." Or, "Nothing special, just a steady day, and I finally finished something I had been putting off."
That last part matters too. If you have been putting something off, you have been delaying it, you keep not doing it. Many of us know that feeling very well.
Oh yes, my desk knows that feeling.
And here is something important: you do not need an exciting life to sound fluent. A normal day can still become a good conversation if you balance summary and detail.
That is good news, because honestly, most of us are not walking through action movies.
Right, most days are ordinary. Natural English leaves room for ordinary days.
So let's make this practical. After your summary, what comes next?
A simple shape, not a full report. A shape. One very useful structure is beginning, turning point, ending.
I like that. It already feels lighter.
It is lighter. Ask yourself, how did the day start? What changed in the middle? And how did it end? That is enough for many conversations.
So maybe, at first, the morning was chaotic because I overslept. Later on, things settled down. And by the evening, I was finally calm again.
Perfect. And let's pause on things settled down. If things settle down, they become calmer. less busy, less intense.
which is one of my favorite life goals, honestly. Just for things to settle down.
Same. You can also use simple time phrases like at first, in the morning, later on, by the afternoon after that, toward the end of the day, and in the evening.
Those phrases are simple, but they do a lot of work. They help your listener follow the movement of the day.
Exactly. And you can add small change phrases too. For example, that threw me off, the day got better, it picked up, I ended up feeling fine.
Let's slow down for that. Threw me off. If something throws you off, it changes your balance, not only physically, but emotionally or mentally too. It interrupts your rhythm.
Yes, if your bus is late, your phone battery dies, and you walk into a meeting already stressed, you can say, that threw me off a bit.
Very useful. Also very real.
And notice what we are not doing. We are not describing every email, every bite of lunch, every small task. Natural speakers edit their day before they talk about it.
That is such a helpful idea. They edit, they choose what matters.
Exactly, if you answered emails, ate lunch, joined a meeting, came home, cooked dinner, and watched a show, you do not need all of that unless those details explain the feeling of the day.
So ask yourself, what actually shaped the day? What changed the mood? What made the day tiring, smooth, weird, or surprisingly good?
Yes, that question helps you sound clear very quickly.
Now, there is another thing that makes learner English sound flat sometimes. People stay too general.
Right. They say, it was busy, it was good, it was tiring, but they do not add a picture.
And natural conversation likes pictures, small ones.
Exactly. A natural answer often includes one or two concrete details. Concrete means specific and easy to imagine. You can picture it.
So instead of only saying, it was a busy day, you might say, I barely had time to sit down in the morning.
Yes. Or lunch was the first moment I could breathe.
I love that line. It is simple, but you feel it immediately.
Another example is, I spent half the afternoon fixing one small problem that should have taken 10 minutes. That tells the listener a lot.
It tells them frustration, deep frustration.
It does, and the details do not need to be dramatic. Missing the bus, spilling coffee, getting stuck in traffic, having a class canceled, finding a quiet moment after a noisy morning, cooking something simple at night, getting an unexpected message from a friend. These are ordinary details, but they are easy to understand and easy to respond to.
And they give the other person somewhere to go. If you say, my train was delayed, people can ask, for how long? If you say, I tried a new cafe after work, they can ask, was it good?
Exactly. Good conversation grows from small, clear details.
I also like this example from the article idea. I finally wrapped up a project that had been hanging over me all week.
That is a great phrase. If you wrap something up, you finish it. And if something is hanging over you, it feels like a weight or pressure that has not gone away yet.
So it is not just, I finished work. It is, I finished the thing that kept bothering me.
Yes. And that makes the feeling more real.
Speaking of feeling, this is another big piece. Many learners say what happened, but they do not say how it felt.
Right, the result is understandable but emotionally flat. To sound natural, connect events with reactions.
Not dramatic reactions, just human ones.
Exactly. Simple feeling words are enough. Relieved, annoyed, distracted, rushed, awkward, pleased, disappointed, calm.
And you can soften them too. A bit annoyed, kind of awkward, fairly calm, more tired than I expected.
That softening is important because real conversation is often nuanced. Nuanced means not extreme, not all one thing. It has small differences inside it.
So instead of, I had a long meeting, you can say, I had a long meeting. And by the end of it, I was completely drained.
Drained means you have very little energy left.
Like your battery is almost at zero.
Exactly. Or you can say, I was nervous before the call, but it actually went more smoothly than I expected.
That is a beautiful little movement. Nervous, then relieved.
Yes, and most days contain movement like that. Maybe you are tense before a deadline, relieved after sending something, then tired in the evening. Breaking your feelings into moments makes your answer sound more human.
And more honest too, because saying I was stressed all day is sometimes too simple.
Exactly. You can be more accurate. The morning was stressful, but after lunch I felt more in control. Or, I was not in the best mood after that, but I was glad to get it out of the way.
Get it out of the way means finish the unpleasant thing so it stops blocking your mind.
Yes. Very useful phrase.
Now let's talk about routine and unusual moments, because this is where many ordinary days become easier to describe.
Most days are a mix. Some parts are normal, some parts are different. If you only talk about routine, your answer may feel repetitive. If you only talk about unusual things, it can feel forced.
Like you were trying too hard to make Tuesday sound like a movie trailer.
Exactly. So compare the day with your normal pattern. You can say, my mornings are usually calm, but today everything felt rushed because I slept through my alarm.
Or it was mostly a standard workday, except for one unexpected phone call that changed my plans.
Yes. Phrases like usually, normally, for the most part, except for. The only unusual part was, and what made today different was are all very hopeful.
I like, nothing major happened, except that I ran into an old friend on my way home. That feels natural. And now the listener has a question.
Exactly. Even if your day was not interesting, comparison can make it easier to talk about. It was a normal day overall, though the evening was quieter than usual. That already sounds like real speech.
And quieter than usual can be good or bad. That is nice. It leaves room.
It does. Which brings us to another important point. A natural answer depends on who is listening.
Yes, the same day sounds different with a close friend, a coworker, a teacher, or a new acquaintance.
With a friend, you may be more personal. With a coworker, you may focus more on workload or energy. With a teacher or language partner, you may explain a bit more clearly because communication practice is part of the point.
So natural speaking is not only language, it is social judgment too.
Exactly. It shows awareness. If someone asks in passing, that means quickly, while you are both moving or busy, then a short answer is usually enough.
Like, pretty solid actually, busy morning, but the afternoon was smoother.
Perfect. But if you are sitting with a friend and there is time, you can give a fuller version. Maybe a beginning, a turning point, an ending, and one feeling.
And if the other person looks tired, maybe do not give them a 20-minute speech about your printer problem.
That is wise. Natural conversation is also about reading the room.
I want to give our listeners a few flexible lines here. Overall, it was pretty solid. It started off rough. The middle of the day was a bit messy. The evening has been the best part so far.
Those are excellent because you can use them in many settings. Then you add more detail as the moment allows it.
And when you do add detail, keep the conversation open. Do not make it sound like a finished speech.
Yes, that is such an important habit. Real conversation is an exchange, not a monologue.
So instead of ending with, "That is all I did today," you can say, "So it was not exciting, but it was actually a decent day in the end."
Exactly, that sounds open. It invites a response.
You can also end with a detail that naturally creates a question. The best part was a quiet walk after work. I tried a new recipe, and it turned out better than expected. I had back-to-back meetings, so I am a little tired now.
Let's pause on back to back. That means one thing happens immediately after another with no real break between them.
Which is why back-to-back meetings can feel very long.
Yes. And another very useful bridge phrase is, I think I was more tired than I realized. Or, I did not get much done early on, but I made up for it later.
Make up for it means recover after a weak start. You were behind, and then you improved the situation.
Exactly. And after you share your day, it is very natural to turn back to the other person. How about you? What kind of day did you have? That rhythm keeps the conversation alive.
Which is a good moment to talk about mistakes because some habits kill that rhythm.
Yes. One common mistake is over-reporting. Too many events, all in order, all with the same weight.
It becomes a timeline, not a conversation.
Another mistake is using only labels with no support. Good, bad, busy, tired. Those words are useful, but they need one reason, one detail, or one moment.
There's also the formal language trap. Some learners choose words that are technically correct but socially strange.
Right. Talking about your day usually works best in ordinary language. Clear everyday English is not weak English. In this context, it is strong control.
Another issue is emotional mismatch. If your coffee spills, maybe annoying is enough. You do not need disastrous.
Exactly. But if you had a truly exhausting day, a bit busy may be too weak. Natural speech usually matches the size of the event.
And please do not forget transitions. At first, then, later, by the end. So, these little words are small, but they carry the listener forward.
Yes, without transitions, your answer can sound jumpy.
And maybe the most important practice point is this. Do not wait for exciting days. Ordinary days are where natural speaking grows.
Absolutely. If you can make a quiet Tuesday sound clear, human, and easy to follow, your English is becoming genuinely usable.
So how do we practice this in a repeatable way?
Try a small daily habit. Describe your day in 3 versions.
I love this part because it is simple.
Version 1, one sentence only. Find the main shape of the day. Productive but tiring. Slow at first, better later. Mostly normal, with one unexpected problem.
That one sentence already trains you to stop listing and start shaping.
Exactly. Version 2, 3 or 4 sentences. Include the overall feeling, one concrete moment, and one reaction.
So maybe, it was a pretty normal day overall, but the morning got away from me. I was playing catch-up until lunch. After that, things settled down, and I felt much better.
That is excellent. And let's teach 2 of those phrases. If the morning got away from you, you lost control of your time. The time moved faster than you wanted.
Story of my life.
And playing catch up means trying to reach the right level after falling behind.
Very common. Very useful.
Then version 3, a fuller retelling of about 1 minute. Beginning, turning point, ending, and one reflection.
Reflection means the small thought you have after the experience. What it showed you. What you realized.
Yes, you can also collect real phrases instead of only single words. Phrases like, it started off well, the morning got away from me, things calmed down after lunch, I was glad to be home, the day ended on a good note.
Ended on a good note is such a nice phrase. It means the final part was positive, even if earlier parts were not perfect.
Exactly. And a simple note system can help too. Write down one feeling, one event, one detail, and maybe one lesson from the day.
Not every day gives you a huge life lesson, by the way.
No, definitely not. But even a small meaning helps. It turns experience into language.
And that is really the heart of today's episode. The goal is not to translate every minute of your day into English.
The better question is, what is the real story of today?
That question changes everything.
It does, because once you stop trying to report everything, you can speak more simply, more clearly, and more naturally.
All right, this feels like the perfect time for our word tour.
Yes, welcome to the word tour. The slower part of the episode where we revisit useful expressions from today. If you can, say them with us. Repeat after us. Slowly, take your time.
No rush. We are here.
First expression, give your day a shape.
Say it with us. Give your day a shape.
It means organize your day around the parts that matter, not every single event. Example, instead of listing everything, I gave my day a shape.
One more time. Give your day a shape.
Next, turned out pretty well.
Repeat after us. Turned out pretty well.
This means the final result was good, maybe better than expected. Example, the morning was rough, but the rest of the day turned out pretty well.
Slowly now. Turned out pretty well.
Next expression, nothing special.
Say it with us. Nothing special.
This is a natural way to say the day was ordinary. Example, nothing special, just a steady day at work.
Again. Nothing special.
Next, things settled down.
Repeat after us. Things settle down.
It means life became calmer or less busy. Example, after lunch, things settled down.
One more time. Things settled down.
Next, that threw me off.
Say it with us. That threw me off.
This means something disrupted your rhythm or changed your focus. Example, my late train threw me off this morning.
Slowly. That threw me off.
Next one, wrapped up.
Repeat after us, wrapped up.
If you wrap something up, you finish it. Example, I finally wrapped up that report.
Again, wrapped up.
Next, hanging over me.
Say it with us, hanging over me.
This means a task or problem is still causing pressure. Example, that project was hanging over me all week.
One more time. Hanging over me.
Next, back to back.
Repeat after us, back to back.
It means one after another with no break. Example, I had back-to-back meetings all afternoon.
Slowly, back to back.
Next expression, playing catch up.
Say it with us, playing catch up.
This means trying to recover after falling behind. Example, I overslept, so I was playing catch up until lunch.
Again, playing catch up.
And our last one today ended on a good note.
Repeat after us, ended on a good note.
It means the final part was positive. Example, the day was tiring, but it ended on a good note.
One more time, slowly. Ended on a good note.
Very good. If some of those phrases still feel new, that is fine. Listen again, pause, and say them out loud with us.
Your homework is simple. Tonight, describe your day in 3 sentences. First, the overall feeling. Second, one concrete detail. Third, one reaction or reflection.
And if you want, write your first sentence in the comments. Just the first sentence. Something like, it started off rough, but it ended on a good note. We really do read your comments, and they help us make better episodes.
If this episode gave you useful language, you can follow or subscribe to Soft Step English. And if you know someone who wants to sound more natural in everyday conversation, you can share this with them too.
Thank you for spending this time with us.
Thank you for learning with us.
I'm Nora.
And I'm Ethan.
We'll be back soon with more English you can really use.
Until then, keep listening, keep noticing, and keep giving your day a shape.
Your progress continues, and there is more English waiting for you in the next quiet step.